Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Vandy.
And I'm Brianna.
Welcome to Braid School. So today's video, we're gonna talk about Brianna's hair. Brianna is rocking some knotless braids, and she has been rocking them for over 10 weeks. 10 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so the install method that I did for her hair this time was a little bit different than some of the methods that I've shown in previous videos. I actually used hair that is curly all the way through, so there's no feed-in that has to happen at the bottom. So for those of you who struggle with the feed-in process, this is a good method for you. I also did not use the glue method for sealing the ends. I used the flat iron method, which I will show you as well. And as you can see, she's still going strong. Not a braid fell out, and she still got curly ends, and we still rocking it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you wrap your hair, Brie?
No.
How often do you put your shower cap on?
Only when it is like a hair that is going to get wet.
So you sometimes do, and sometimes don't?
Sometimes, yes.
So as you can see, this is an effortless style, especially if a 10-year-old can make this work for well over 10 weeks. She never wraps her hair. She hardly puts her shower cap on. She's even gone swimming a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an easy, effortless style, and the kids are loving it. Adults are loving it. They're rocking it out because it looks so natural. So if you want to see how I did the install for Bree's hair and how she got this beautiful look to last her almost 3 months, make sure you crack those notes out and stay tuned. Here's a look at some of the products and tools I'll be using for this install. I have my Parwin Pro flat iron, and of course my Shine & Jam for laying down that hair. I got my old school Blue Magic here for her scalp, and some mousse for finishing off at the end. I'm also using a heat protectant for her blowout by Cream of Nature. It's my favorite. And of course a rat tail comb and Denman brush for detangling, and of course clips for clipping the hair out of the way. The hair I'll be using today is by the brand Expressions in the Deep Wave Loop. It is actually crochet hair that's made for crochet, but it is in the same texture as regular Expressions hair. So I had an idea. This should work for braids if it's the same texture, the same hair, just a different curl pattern. And as you can see, it's thick and wavy. And it does come pre-looped, and just to take those loops off, I'm just gonna pull it apart, and that little secure clip is gonna just pop right off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split each strand into about 3s or 4s. I'm doing very small ones for now until I can figure out what density I want her braid to be. And I went ahead and set everything up. She did want a couple of red highlights, so we got a little bit of red in there as well. And it's actually a lot brighter on camera than it is in person. So here's a look at my baby's hair, freshly washed, and we also did a deep condition. And I want to quickly show you her shrinkage. She has a lot of long hair, but it shrinks up on itself a lot, which is a really good sign of healthy hair. So she's been growing this out since she was a baby, and we trim it every 6 months. I've already applied the heat protectant, and I'm gonna go in and blow her out with my Gennari ion blow dryer with the comb attachment. After each section is dry, I add more moisture back into it with my pink moisturizer, and on top of it I seal it with an oil of any kind. I'm using Jamaican black castor oil here with the peppermint in it. It is amazing and it smells so good. But I use heavy amounts of moisture because she's gonna have her hair up for a while, so we want to make sure we lock all of that moisture in there for her. So I filmed this before I discovered time lapse, so here's a look at everything completed except for one section at the top. And I'm gonna go in and show you how I do that. So I've already applied my jam to this section, and now I'm going to split it into 3s. If you've been following along with class for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about knotless. So here's another look at how I do it. I'm splitting it into threes, and I'm going to cross my second and third leg. Then I'm going to take a piece of hair and I'm going to place it underneath that second and third leg. Once I've got everything lined up, I'm going to continue to braid that first rotation. And then when I get my new second and third leg, I'm going to add another piece in the same manner. Because she has thick hair, I only had to add 3 small pieces, and this is what a knotless braid looks like when you start the extension from the root. Starting from the root is my preferred method of doing things because it reinforces the strength of the braid and it minimizes the amount of weight that you put on your natural hair. So as that braid starts to grow out, your braid is supported by the extension and not the root of your hair. Now, if for the goddess part you want to leave small pieces or strands of the curly hair out, you're simply just going to grab a small piece as you're braiding down and clip it out of the way and then continue braiding. Back in the day, we used to call these tree braids. But we're not going to do that for Miss Brianna today. We're going to just braid it all the way down to the ends. Now, if you do get down to the ends and the braid is not as long as you want it to be, we're going to go back to our feed-in method and we're just going to add in a small piece to continue the extension of that braid. Now, I did get to the end of this hair, and because it is a curly texture, I had a little fraying sticking out of the extension piece there, but don't worry, we're going to go back and trim that up and seal it off. So let me continue here. And what we're going to do to seal it off at the bottom is we're going to grab a very small piece of hair and we're going to tie it around the braid until it's nice and secure. To finish everything off, I'm going to grab my scissors and trim off all of the frayed pieces at the bottom. Then I'm going to grab my flat iron, which is only set to 390 degrees, and I'm going to lightly tap the bottom of the braid, especially in the frayed areas, and then I'm going to lightly tap the knot until it is sealed shut. This will ensure that the braid doesn't come loose. I'm also going to palm roll it to smooth out the ends. And there we have a nice clean finish. To help set her hair in those braids, I'm going to go in and add my mousse. I'm going to run it through from root to tip. This also helps with any fraying of the curly ends at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap her edges and put her satin bonnet on for her because baby girl went to sleep. She is knocked out, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. Wakey, wakey, baby girl. Time to go get in your bed. So here's the completed look, you guys. Look at Bree trying to get her modeling skills up. This was an easy, effortless style, and for those of you who aren't doing knotless, who don't want to do knotless, this hair is going to work for traditional box braids as well. So you can still get the same look with regular box braids with less hassle of having to feed in crochet hair. So it came out absolutely beautiful, and she loved accessorizing it through the time she wore it. And here's a side-by-side comparison of her hair from day 1 to week 10. We did do a retouch of her front perimeter around the 5 to 6 week mark, and it was right during this formal event we went to. We put it up in a nice, pretty updo style and added some bling to it, and she was absolutely in love with it. So that concludes this week's video, which means it's discussion time. Let us know in the comments below. Have you tried any other shortcuts to get a similar look? Are there other brands of hair that we haven't tried yet that we can possibly get this look with without having to do all the extra work? So yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom so you don't miss our next upload. Hit the little bell icon so that you are notified when it is posted. Share this video with your friends and family, and stay tuned for some really funny bloopers, you guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Vandy.
I'm Bree.
And I'm gonna need you to speak up.
Oh, I look this way, okay?
You got a whole bunch. I need to get you like a kid facial.
A kid facial?
Yeah.
My eyes are watering.
Why are your eyes watering?
Because I'm about to sneeze and it
go sneeze. Get a tissue. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus.